So think about what you see. What you see consists of light, basically. And all that light can be measured on using some instruments, and it can be measured with frequency. So it's all energy that's vibrating at certain frequencies. Same with sound, right? All sound is just frequency, energy. All of it is. All of it is just energy, okay? So what is it that differentiates what we experience as one form versus another? It's all energy. Well, the difference would be your attention. What you give your attention to is what determines what you experience. So this law of attention is so fundamental, but most people overlook it in favor of other things. So, if you want whatever you think you want, or whatever you think you want to get away from, you can watch YouTube videos, you can read books, you can get all kinds of instruction, lots of fancy, detailed, complicated methods and techniques that you can use in order to try and solve that problem. And you can go on endlessly seeking out those things, but you won't get the real results until you master this fundamental thing, which is attention, what you put your attention on. If you keep putting your attention on something, you're going to keep getting that thing. This is why people who have success with things have success. That's the other techniques, and the rest of it is secondary. It's icing on the cake. It might help you. It might enhance the results, but fundamentally, it's about what you put your attention on. What you want is very, very, very important. It's so fundamental. If you don't have that, you're going to struggle. So it's one of the most important things you can do. And if you're doing other stuff before you give some attention to that, then you're making things really painful for yourself. So I highly recommend regularly give some attention to that and make it something that can be light, enjoyable. Like I said, don't make it this heavy, burdensome thing. Haven't you done enough of that in your life? So you don't have to do anything, but you could choose to do some things, and you could choose to do some things. Why? Because it might help you, because it might make your life better, because you might start to enjoy your life better. You might actually start to find more fulfillment in your life if you chose to do those things. That's all. So what I'm proposing to you is that you could choose regularly to put some attention in a enjoyable, light, playful way on what it is that you want. And if at first you have no clue what it is that you want, you can still do it. You can still put your attention playfully on what you want, even if you don't yet know what it is, because you can just start to exercise that creative flow, and that will help you to start to put some attention on what you want. So at first, you might say, how do I know? I don't even know where to begin. Okay, well, begin here. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? And you're like, tartar sauce. Okay, well, that's strange. Tartar sauce is going to be, and some people are like, what is tartar sauce? It's a thing. I don't know. But if that's the first thing that comes to mind, then who cares? Write it down. And then move on, right? You're like, tartar sauce, that's weird. Okay. What's the next thing that comes to mind? Fish cakes. Well, that makes a little bit of sense, doesn't it? But still, it's like, oh, fish cakes. What is that going to do for me? Is that fulfilling? I don't know. Okay. And you're like, Volkswagen bus. Where are we going with this? This is strange. That's not going to give me anything that I want. And then you're like, margaritas. You're like, I don't even drink. Okay, keep going. You just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You just let it flow. And pretty soon, you'll start to find that you're getting ideas that are useful to you. You'll start to realize that you have options that you hadn't previously considered. You'll start to realize that you do want things. You have wanted things all along, but you were cutting yourself off from those things. You were denying yourself those things because you said, well, it's bad, it's wrong, I can't, I shouldn't, not in this meeting, but in another meeting recently, the topic of semen retention came up, and now it's coming up here because I brought it up. And I guess it's this popular thing, not amongst the women, I understand, for obvious reasons, but amongst men, this idea of semen retention is somewhat popular because think about it, guys are unhappy and they're looking for why they might be unhappy, and they're like, semen retention, that's got to be the answer to everything. And so then they're saying, okay, that's the answer to everything. If I just I have to practice semen retention 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. I'm going for 365, and boy, when I hit 365, my life is finally going to work. And but underneath it all, they're thinking, sex, sex, sex. I just want sex. I want sex. I want sex so badly. But no, semen retention, that's going to solve all my problems. So then they deny themselves, right? They say, I can't want sex. I don't want sex. Sex is bad. Sex is the work of the devil. Sex is a temptation trying to lead me astray from real salvation and real fulfillment. I'm going to find real fulfillment if I can just retain it for 365 days. And the women are like, what is he talking about? But you have your own version of this. It's whatever that is for you, okay? And whatever it is, just see, you've got these things that you do to yourself where you use these as a way to deny that you have certain desires. You make those desires bad. You make them wrong.